Alright, today we're looking at the chain rule. And so I've been trying to make the videos less than 5 minutes long because no one has an attention span to go over that. So we might have to break this up into a few videos. The chain rule is the most complicated rule of all, and it kind of throws your understanding of derivatives out the window when you first learn it. So let's work through it. The chain rule, instead of giving you the definition straight away, I'm going to give you a question, and I want you to try to answer it with your knowledge right now. So we'll say f of x, right, is equal to x squared plus 2 to the power 4. Okay? Now, based on your current knowledge, I would like you to find f prime of x. So take a moment to figure this out. Okay, I hope you had a chance to figure it out. So some of you may have decided, oh, okay, well, this is 2 to the power 4, so let's just use the power rule. We can multiply 4 times this thing, and we'll just put the whole thing to the power of 3, and that's my answer. Unfortunately, this is wrong, okay? And it's a good guess. It's what I would have guessed, but math is hard and the chain rule exists. So, when we use the power rule, we define it as x to the n, the derivative, when we take the derivative of this, is equal to n times x to the power of n minus 1. Notice that this only works with when this variable, when what we have as the base, is exactly the same as the variable we are differentiating with respect to. In this case, we're still finding the derivative with respect to x, but our base is not x, it is x squared plus 2. In these cases, it's helpful to use Leibniz notation. Remember the whole d over dx stuff? Yeah, we're going to use this because it helps us understand why the chain rule exists. Sorry. Okay. So let's re-ask the question. We'll have f of x equal to x squared plus 2 to the power of 4. Great. So what if I were to introduce a new variable? Let's call it u. And we'll say u is equal to x squared plus 2. Okay? Then we can say, okay, f of x is equal to u to the power of 4. Okay, well this is great and all, but now we have a f of x as a function of u, not x. That's no good, right? You'll see why we did this step in a bit. We're finding the derivative with respect to u now. Okay, so we're going to differentiate f of x with respect to u instead of with respect to x. So d over du of f of x. And you'll notice that since this variable that we're differentiating with respect to is our base, then it's perfectly okay to use power rule. So let's do that. We can go ahead and say, okay, this becomes 4u to the power of 3. Great, but wait a minute. We didn't want the derivative with respect to u, we wanted it with respect to x. So what are we going to do? That's the beauty of it. What we're going to do is we're going to take the derivative, we're going to multiply this by the derivative of u with respect to x. Okay? And you'll notice that this is a bit of a weird step, but it makes sense. What are we doing? We're canceling out du, and we're left with d over dx, which is what we're looking for. Great. So if we're multiplying by du over dx, what does that mean for this side? We're multiplying by the derivative of u with respect to x. So let's find out. What's the derivative of d over dx of u, which is this? X squared plus 2 with respect to x. Okay, this is easy. Let's use power rule and addition and subtraction rules. So here we are. Let's do this. 2x. And that's it. That's the derivative. So we have to multiply this by 2x. So finally, we can say that by putting this d over dx together, the derivative with respect to x, this is where with respect to becomes really important, is equal to 4. Let's apply substitution to u. X squared plus 2 to the power of 3 times 2x. And this is the derivative. So you'll notice that the only difference from our guess was that it has an extra times 2x at the end. And this is only because we had to differentiate with respect to u and then multiply that by du over dx. Now this is a complicated rule, and we'll get into some examples in the next video that will hopefully clear up your understanding. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video where we struggle more on chain rule.